Dying with a good build marathon is going to suck. You spend 20 minutes organizing your inventory, getting the stats perfect, and you walk out the door just to get clowned on. Good job, dude. In today's marathon video, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about how you can also be prepared to go in ready for the beta and know what to look out for. That's the game. Buildcraft, win or die, repeat. The shells are Destroyer, Vandal, Assassin, Triage, Recon, and Thief. Poor Rook ain't doing nothing important today. We gotta talk about how your gear actually factors into making a complete build, because it's not just about the shell you pick or the gun, it's the math underneath it. And when you inevitably lose that god tier loadout, you gotta know how to pivot to other cores and implants so you aren't just sitting in the lobby crying about it. So this video is not going to be some like great put together collage or pop-ups on the screen or anything. I'm going to actually walk you through this website, MarathonDB. You can use this to look at the weapons. You can use it to see what the runners do, the loadouts. This is the cool thing about this website. You can use the loadouts to pre-make your builds. Use this website to look at the weapons, look at the weapon attachments, get to know the runners, the cores, see what they do, the implants. You have all the weapon mods. Some of the maps are on here right now too, but I don't think we have all the information on the maps currently. Recently Bungie did release a link to kind of get like a visual of the maps. It was like a little 3D sort of thing. It was pretty cool actually. I'll link that down in the description as well. I'll link this down in the description, and one more website as well, like kind of an alternative to this if you don't seem to like it or anything, but I've personally been having a great time with it. You can look at the faction contracts. So before we get into the items for our runner builds, we're going to go and look at a few of the stats. They vary between runners, and a lot of the implants actually affect the stats themselves. Some are self-explanatory, such as like melee damage. I mean, can you guess what that does? Then you have other things such as like hardware. Hardware there and firewall are things that'll help you reduce certain negative status effects. Hardware will reduce like immobilization, overheating, toxins, whereas firewall will help you against EMP and hacks, which every shield from the looks of it actually reduces firewall by 10. So that's something to look out for too. We're going to go ahead and pop up this one. I pre-made this one to kind of like set an example. Each shield, you have the -10 hardware. My bad, I thought it was firewall. -10 hardware that it'll give you. This one gives you like 2 charges. This one gives you 3, and then this one will give you, I think, 3.5 charges. That's your shield. You have all this additional equipment, which is between like nades, mines. There's even a bubble shield, which is pretty cool callback to like, say, you know, Halo 3 with their bubble shield. Very, very Bungie. You have like smoke grenade, the claymore mine, the trap pack, which I have on this build, and I'll get to that in a second. Proximity sensor, heat grenade, frag grenade, the shrapnel grenade, I ain't saying all that, EMP grenade, and the chem grenade. On him, I put impact siphons. Incoming damage dealt to your riot barricade is returned to you as shield energy. And then adaptive barrier. While riot barricade is active, your shield regeneration is greatly increased. The idea of that is you can have shield uptime and kind of like pop it on and off if you can. And that'll increase your shield healing, so you can kind of stay in the fight for longer. He seems really good at getting in and out of fights, initiating and defending. He kind of fills whatever role you need him to if you have the correct build on. Getting into the implants, I have him like energy harvesting V3. It ups my tactical recovery so I can have that shield up more. Survival kit V2. It boosts self-repair, revive, hardware, and firewall. So mainly this one for the self-repair speed. If you are in a pickle, you can just straight up pop a heal, pop a shield, health, whatever it is, get back into the fight. Same with revive speed. He can kind of feel like the sort of healing role, support role with this entire thing. And then solid stance V4. Second wind, you move faster and ready weapons more quickly for a short time after using a shield charge. That ups the heat capacity by +20, so you can move faster and your hardware +50. This is really good all around, because if you're shielded by some miracle does break, and you can't really use your shield to heal your actual shield you have on, then you can just go out of the fight, heal real quick, go back into it. I think something like this is going to be really, really good for Destroyer. And there's so many things you can do. You can do something based around his prime ability, Search and Destroy. The prestige one for that is... Oh no, it's the Riot Barricade, actually. If you have it up, it'll shoot the missile back at the attacker, which is pretty cool. Search and Destroy launches an additional missile. You could run that. You could just use that, have your prime ability upkeep all the time. It's so good. It sounds so good. You can even do this. After your thruster, your melee damage is temporarily increased. That is nuts. Defeating hostiles while your Search and Destroy is active extends its duration. You could run Bombardier and Missile Barrage and have just an insane Search and Destroy. Which I thought there was a Prestige Search and Destroy one, but it obviously not. Which there may be more when the game launches, who knows. The implants are just super insane. It just so good. So good. Now, we're going into Vandal. I have these presets already made again. I just threw Firewall V3 on each of them because, it's just a website. But, Frag Grenade, the idea with this build I'm about to show you is you can just be very annoying. You can be very fucking annoying. That's the whole idea. So Adrenal Core, while amplified, your movement abilities generate even less heat. Using a cardio kick extends, amplifies duration. Moving into the Deluxe Core, amplify lasts longer. So if you have all this movement upkeep and you're just in and out of the fight, bouncing around, using your movement to your advantage, you're just going to be completely annoying. Chunk some nades at them. There's other nade options, the shrapnel, heat, EMP if you wanted, Chem. The implants I chose were Augmented Capacitors V3, which ups the prime recovery so you can have Amplify up even longer. Nimble Fingers reduces incoming UESC damage from ballistic weapons, but that's not why I put it on. I put it on for Dr. Killjoy. Finisher Siphon restores health and shields after finishing a runner. So if you're in and out of the fight and you're getting these knocks, you're getting these downs, you can just go get the finisher. Boom. You're back in the fight. You have some healing. You don't need to go out and take all that time to heal. And then Graceful Landings V4. Defeating a hostile increases your tactical ability, recharge rate, and sprint speed for a short time. Upping your agility off of getting all these kills too is just going to be insane. The fall resistance is also really good, this would also be a really, really good leg implant for, let me find it real quick. Okay, so this website, I don't think it's complete. There's one which turns her tactical disrupt cannon into like a knockback, and you can use it on yourself with the other leg implant, and it'll do damage when you fall on the enemy. So you could even make like a super annoying fall damage melee build on Vandal if you wanted to. I think the build potential in this game is absolutely wild. So the last character I'm going to give an example off of is Assassin. EMP Grenade. So EMP Grenade, if you can get like a sick invis flank play, throw a nade at them, it disables electronics and shields. You're winning the fight. Like, no way. If they all turn on you, your team better be up there. Your team better be right next to you as soon as you go in. The potential with Assassin is pretty good because you can build like around your smoke grenade. You can build around just your active camo. You have Shadow Dive, Shroud. So this build I have is a good stealth build. It doesn't really utilize like smoke grenade or anything crazy. Pure stealth. So increased damage from stealth on that core. And then breathing space is enhanced core. Longer invisibility duration. So if you have insane invisibility uptime, you're doing increased damage, you're getting these flanks, you're going to be insane. And then to even help her get camo up more often without using smoke grenade, you can find this distance runner V4. and it will slightly decrease weapon handling and aim down sight speed. Cool, but I put it on for stealth servos. After sprinting for a short duration, sliding makes you invisible. Always having that invis uptime is going to be crazy. Okay, this isn't working. We're going to go ping v4. I put this one on here because entering smoke removes any pings on you, so you can kind of still play, with the whole invis thing. And then if you do get, detected, use your smoke grenade for that. And this build doesn't have any crazy smoke grenade uptime, so there we go. Any crazy smoke grenade uptime, so use that to your advantage. Readying a weapon briefly increases its accuracy or range. This is going to help you just kind of get those good flanks off. Unless you're up close and personal, just pull out a shotty, it doesn't really matter. So I showed you the 3 example builds, but there's just so much variety in the cores alone for each character. So even if you main one character, there's just gonna be variety between them. You're not gonna be stuck on just using Riot Barricade for Destroyer. You can use Search and Destroy. You can use Riot Barricade. You can mix them. Whatever fits your playstyle. Recon. It's like 7, and a lot of these I do believe, because I know there's some missing from Vandal. There's just things not listed on the website right now, so you can actually go in, just go ahead and make your loadouts, look at the implants, kind of get familiar with it, so you know what you're looking for. You don't want to just grab everything and have your vault full, things you'll never use. And then a few of these implants, let's look at like some of the enhanced ones. There's things that will like flat out give you negative effects, and then others will give you not only just like its perk bonus, but sometimes will drop with another perk bonus as well, like repair -10, but you get 50 agility and 20 siphoning. If you're just in those fights winning them, doing the finisher to get your healing back up instead of like getting out of the fight, there you go, dude. Find one of those. You can get repair and revive on regen v3. Sliding in water generates no heat. Use this to your advantage. Use the builds. Don't be so stuck on just one thing, and then heck, you might just be looking for that one thing to use, once, twice, until you die. The game's got variety. It's going to be fun. And then one other thing I want to mention with the weapons, it says there's 56 weapon mods listed, which assuming this isn't fully filled, fully correct, there are things missing currently. We haven't played the game. Bungie mentioned there would be 400 weapon mods, so let me look at all these weapons real quick. They have each one listing a certain amount of mods that can go on the weapon. Skins I don't think would count. Bully SMG is one of the guns I'm excited to get my hands on. The BR-33 volley, this one right here, it looks super fun. This combat shotgun we've seen probably the most in gameplay, I want to say, alongside it might be the overrun, but I think it's the the M77 assault rifle. We've seen that one a lot too. Even within the weapons, even if your build isn't up to par with what you want it to be, and you're carried by a weapon for like a certain period of time, that works too. It might be the other way around. Maybe your weapon complements your build. There's just a lot of variety looking at it now, and I know it's probably like overwhelming, but some people just don't look for themselves, and it overwhelms them, and they can't really get a build going. And then boom, things like this come into play. People make videos on builds. I have friends that aren't really good with making their own builds, so they just find a video and go off of that build, and there's nothing wrong with that. Whatever helps you enjoy the game. Pick your runner, enjoy different runners. You'll have cores and implants that you'll pick up and you don't know what to do with. Oh, maybe that's not good for thief, but hey, I wanted to try recon, let me try recon. Don't limit yourself to just one character either. Looking at it just on this incomplete right now, it's so promising. Definitely use that to your advantage. I would absolutely love to sit here and nerd out and go through each individual core and implant and mod right now, but take the time to just kind of look yourself if you have the time. I'm also not doing that right now because in the future I will be making build crafting videos on like like Destroyer is going to be my top one. I'm going to want to play Vandal. I'm going to want to play Thief Assassin. Some closing remarks. This website obviously isn't complete. The game's not even out yet. We have a short ways to go before getting our hands on it. The amount of items, not only per runner, but between all runners, is vast and will grow. There will be Buildcraft guides if you aren't up to par with that thing. I will be making Buildcraft videos because I'm a nerd for that shit. So go in ready with an idea of what you need so you aren't grabbing junk you'll never use, or grab it to sell. Don't let it sit in your vault. Use the Buildcrafting to your advantage to enjoy your main, or use it to enjoy another character you want to try. Know what weapons you will prefer and dominate with those, and when we get into the beta and launch, we will know the meta weapons to look out for as well, because those will obviously be top tier, will dominate. So yeah, check your stats, don't ignore the math, and for the love of God, have a backup plan for when you lose your stuff, because you will. Having that variety is going to be killer and an advantage for us. We can always be one step ahead of the competition just by utilizing our gear, just by utilizing the things that are sitting in our vault over those that are just too scared to do that, and their stuff in their vault just builds dust. If this helped you understand a little, maybe hit that like and subscribe button. Or don't, I don't know. See ya.